Turning back, though, quickly to the legal fight between Trump and Governor Lisa Cook, Bloomberg's Tyler Kendall is outside the courthouse in Washington and joins us now. Tyler, what's the latest?
Yeah, hey, Anne-Marie. Well, I'm expecting it to get a lot busier where I am shortly, as this federal judge is expected to start looking into this case brought by Fed Governor Lisa Cook against President Trump over his attempts to oust her from the Federal Reserve. Now, the first matter at hand is that Cook has filed for what's known as a temporary restraining order, which would reinstate her while this works its way through the legal system. But I want to make an important distinction here, which is that a temporary restraining order is just that. It is temporary, and typically they only last about 2 weeks. That would not cover us until the September FOMC meeting. With that said, a legal expert tells me that it's up to the judge's discretion and that they could actually extend this further. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to take into account that policymakers are meeting, but rather it is more likely that a judge extends a TRO until they are able to rule on what's known as a preliminary injunction. That is more long-lasting. That would reinstate Cook into her position until this is all done and dusted and the final court case over her firing is decided. Matt and Anne-Marie, I'm taking you through all of these steps basically just to say that we have a long road ahead of us, but today is an important first step.
Right. And while I don't think anyone doubts that she can get an injunction, and also it doesn't really matter if she votes September 17th because she leans dovish and would likely vote for a cut anyway. The important thing, I believe, Tyler, is if she's still there in February, right? Because the concern among people who value Fed independence is that the president is trying to take over the Board of Governors so that he can have a bigger influence on the regional presidents. And that all happens, those confirmations, in February.
Right, exactly. And actually, Matt, it happens once every 5 years, and it just so happens that it is happening this February. And if President Trump is successful in removing Lisa Cook, then he would get that majority. 4 out of 7 of the federal Board of Governors seats would be Trump appointees. Now, our reporting had indicated earlier this week, a person familiar saying that the White House's goal here wouldn't be to make the FOMC more dovish, but rather to provide more scrutiny on the vetting process of these regional bank presidents, which are not Senate confirmed. But of course, this raises questions about the pressure campaign and how potentially this reappointment tool could be used to pressure these officials when it does come to meeting time.